Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Ball 101 podcast, episode number 2. Hey, Scrimmy and Aiden, we're back at it. Uh, Biggest headlines that we're going to cover today. Knicks sweep the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals. Spurs and Thunder, as of right now of this recording, they're still tied at 2. Game 5 is going down right now. We should have the results of that game, though. By the time we're done filming this episode, we'll have that result for you guys. And then in the MLB, the Astros threw a complete no-hitter. But again, it's all that and a little bit more for you guys. But to start, Spurs and Thunder tied it to a piece right now after the Spurs took the Game 4 win. And this was a game that, um, Wemby really showed out. De'Aaron Fox wasn't as key of a factor, but he still was able to perform and deliver. And Aiden, I really want to get your thoughts on this game. Spurs tie it up after being down 2-1.
Yeah, just a great defensive game all around for San Antonio, especially Victor Wembanyama playing well defensively and playing very well offensively. The major reason why they were able to win by as much as they did was they were able to stop the Thunder's playmaking. Uh, SGA wasn't getting many open shots. He couldn't find his footing behind the three-point line at all with just one attempt. Uh, he was to the line a few times less than he usually is. Um, but they were just really able to slow down that core. Held Chet Holmgren at 10 points. But of course, you got to take into consideration now they are without their second best player in Jalen Williams, and we still don't know how long he's going to be out for. But as of right now, in game six, or sorry, game five right now, um, it doesn't seem to be that much of a problem as OKC is up 11 at half. But if they're able to lock them down defensively in the second half of that game, I think San Antonio is going to come out on top again.
I did want to point out Shea Gilgeous-Alexander only shot 7 free throws in that game 4 loss. And honestly, I think the biggest thing for San Antonio, if they want to come out with the series, is to stay out of foul trouble. I know it's easier said than done, considering how many calls that the Thunder get and just, the referees, um, how they are in general now in the NBA. But regardless of free throws and all that, Jared McCain in Game 4 played 24 minutes. He shot 1 of 10 from the field, 0 for 5 from the three, right? You look at a guy
Mm.
like, um, like you said, not Jalen Williams, the guard, Jalen Williams, the center, played 23
Hmm.
minutes, 3 points, 1 for 7 from the field with only 1 3 made, right?
Right.
And if OKC wants to come away with the series, it's going to have to be backed by their depth, right? I believe that the depth of this OKC team is their backbone. All of these guys, Case and Wallace is another example. 5 points in 21 minutes of action, shot 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3 point line. And if OKC wants to come out and make a statement and beat the San Antonio team, they have to make sure that they can constantly rely on their bench, and that bench can stay more consistent and show out for them. We saw Jared McCain in Game 3, right? He had an incredible performance, but he has to be able to remain consistent. And I believe that's OKC's biggest issue right now is consistency. But if they could get that figured out, they could easily win this in 6.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. As the second half has just started for that game, and the Thunder are now up by 13. But we're not going to be talking about that the whole time, of course. We'll try to update it throughout so we can get live reactions and stuff. But I do agree with what you're saying. OKC's bench has to keep performing the way they have if they want to take this San Antonio team to their limit and be able to challenge them more. And if they do want to win this series in 6 or 7 games, um, the Thunder have been doing a good job defensively. They've been able to stop key players, but when they're able to stop one key player, a different key player does even better. They need to do a better job at being able to stop more than just one key player on San Antonio. Like we saw them stop De'Aaron Fox a bit more, but then Wemby went off. We see them stop Wemby a bit. Stephon Castle's going off. It's like they'll stop one player and then a different player they kind of forget about, and that player has a breakout performance. And that's the reason that these games have been as close as they have been throughout the entire series. There's only been one real blowout, and that was um, in the last two games where the Thunder won by 15 and San Antonio ended up winning by 21. And that's because, of course, Shea was stopped. And in that game where the Thunder just destroyed them, they were able to stop. That was also the game that Harper got hurt, but
Mm.
they were able to stop Stephon Castle. That was the main reason they were able to win that game. They stopped the best playmaker on San Antonio. But if they're able to keep on stopping the key pieces, uh, like I said, more than just one of them, they're easily going to take this series. And if Jared McCain keeps performing well, if the other Jalen Williams keeps making the threes, because that's what he's used for. He's the center that plays 3 and D. You don't really see that from the center much. There's only a few that are able to do that. And I really do like Jalen Williams.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to see how that series plays out. But going over to the Eastern Conference, the Knicks sweep the Cavs in four. Definitely not what I was expecting. I definitely thought that would be more of a competitive series. But the New York Knicks going to the first time, I believe, in 20 years. I think it was somewhere in that range. But um, Jalen Brunson proving he's a number one option. Not that he didn't prove before, but now he's proved how how determined and how he can, um, you know, elevate and rise in the playoffs and finish series and um, be a number one scoring option. And they'll be advancing to play again one of OKC or San Antonio in the series. But overall, Aiden, what were your thoughts from that Eastern Conference Final series?
My overall thoughts, and I know this is probably going to become a clip, but Kenny Atkinson is one of the worst postseason coaches I think I've watched for managing his team. And like I said in the previous episode, there is a reason that they went to seven in both of the series that they ended up winning. This man cannot build a solid rotation. And if he does, his players underperform and he doesn't know when to take them out. He doesn't know when to use his timeouts. He made an excuse. Did you see the clip where he said in his mind they were up they had two games in the series. No, bro,
Yeah, I
you're
did see
down
that.
3-1. You are down or sorry, you're down 3-0. You can't just say, "Oh, well, in my mind, we're up 2-1." No, that's not how that works. You are down on paper 3-0. No team's ever come back from it. Draw up a game plan to go and try to make a comeback in the series. What are you talking about? You feel like y'all are up 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know where he was getting that from. I think it was, in my opinion, that was more of a try to rally the guys, rally the team behind you kind of thing. But it definitely, I can see how it didn't come off that way. And you got to think if you're the New York Knicks, right? What stood out to me in that game four win was you shot 44% from three as a team. That is going to be the difference maker in the finals is how effective you are from three and also how many team turnovers you have. New York in that game four only had 13 total turnovers versus Cleveland's 22. Fouls, right? While Cleveland did have better fouls in 18, the Knicks only had 20, so I wasn't far off. And you could see in the end it didn't matter. But to me, those three stat lines of 3-point shot percentage, offensive turnovers, and fouls are going to be very, very important and to ones to look out for the Knicks in the finals versus whoever they play, because we see how the Thunder can constantly stack free throws and use that as momentum to get into their offensive scheme and swing the momentum towards them. And even for San Antonio, if you can get guys who are smaller on Victor Wembanyama, you could potentially get them to foul out because they'll try to go up for a block on Wemby or something like that, right? So the Knicks can easily win the finals. I'm calling it right now. If the Knicks can limit the offensive turnovers, limit the fouls, they don't even need to do anything else. They will come out with the NBA Finals and they will win the Larry O'Brien Trophy if they can limit their turnovers and have that consistency that we saw in that Game 4 win from three.
I somewhat agree with what you said there. If they're able to keep hitting those threes and shoot that well, then yeah, they're unstoppable. But you, if you're playing a team like the Thunder, there's really no limiting the fouls. They're gonna get their free throws. You know they're gonna get their free throws. It doesn't matter what you do because the refs just call anything that they see that's slight contact. The Thunder player can push off. Any Thunder player can push off, and you are called for the foul. When you made zero contact with your own body, it's all OKC's tactic. You can't stop it. There's no stopping it. You can limit it from maybe double digit free throws for one player to 7 to 9, but even still, that's a lot of free throws. Most guys that are starting in the league average five, I would say 4 to 6 free throws a game. When you got SGA in top three free throw attempts per game, then if I had to take a wild guess, the Thunder as a team probably lead the league with the most free throws attempted per game by a team. It's either them or the Lakers.
I'm gonna
But
fact check that real quick.
yeah, I'm taking a wild guess here. That is just a wild guess because I know Luca had the most free throw attempts per game as a player. So that's why I say the Lakers, because you got LeBron, Austin Reeves, you got a lot of guys that get to the line on that team. But I'll give you a moment to
So
fact check that. Yeah.
the top 5 teams in free throw attempts per season, or not per season, the top 5 teams in free throw attempts per game this season. And they have it limited down to a top 4. So I don't know why they said 5. It's a top 4. And it's a shocker. OKC is not in this top 4.
Really?
You were right with the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers are number 2 with 26.5 attempts per game.
Yeah, I saw that one coming because Luca alone's like 12 of those.
But all of these other teams are going to be a little. These were all playoff teams this year.
Okay, let's see.
2 in the Eastern Conference, and then you have one more Western Conference team.
Are you telling me yes?
Yeah,
All right, Timberwolves.
the Timberwolves are not on here.
Mm. It's not San Antonio, is it?
San Antonio's not on here.
Yeah, I didn't think it was San Antonio. You can go for the Eastern Conference teams. You said two Eastern Conference and one West.
2 Eastern Conference teams, and I'll give you a hint. These 2 teams played each other in the first round of the playoffs.
They played each other. Is it the Pistons and the Magic?
The Detroit Pistons are number 3 on the list with 26 attempts per game. So they're slightly below the Los Angeles Lakers. And
Oh
the
man,
number 1 team on the list, the
really? It's
Orlando
Orlando.
Magic, with
Wow.
27.5 attempts per game,
And
which
then
is
wait,
tallying a league
the
high over the season of 2,251 attempts at the free throw line.
yeah. Now I kind of have an idea on who the other team is. Is it the Denver Nuggets?
It is the Denver Nuggets. They
Yeah.
also have 26 attempts per game.
Yeah, I was thinking it was either Minnesota or Denver because I know that Jamal Murray and Jokic get to the line a lot. And then my thought with the Timberwolves was Anthony Edwards, of course. But I was like, I don't know. Anthony Edwards isn't that big of a flopper. After I guessed that, I was like, I don't know. That was a dumb guess. But I'm kind of shocked that OKC's not on there. But their whistle is a lot worse right now than it was in the regular season. Because like we're watching this live. I mean, they're doing everything and not getting called for it. I mean, like I said, Hartenstein pulling the dreads of Stephon Castle wasn't called. All of SGA's push-offs aren't called. But then the Thunder players will jump into a Spurs player and free throws. It was never that bad in the regular season. It was never that bad.
And
They
I
know
have a
what they're
feeling
doing.
if it was that bad, the Thunder would definitely be on this list.
Mhm. It's like the refs are almost nervous to not call anything because they feel like if they miss something, they're going to get criticized for it by all the fans or they're going to get, investigated or something. Like at that point, that's the only thing you can assume at this point. That or like they're genuinely paying the refs because it's that bad. That's just how bad it really is.
So, looking at Cleveland, you're now eliminated from the playoffs. You went all in this year. Like we talked about last episode, you traded for James Harden, Dennis Schroeder, Keon Ellis, and you couldn't get to the finals, right?
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, this is simply me. We're gonna be talking about what we both believe the Cleveland Cavaliers should do to get back and keep being this top team in the East.
Well, I can tell you
In
something right now. They already failed because they kept Kenny Atkinson. They
in my
already failed.
opinion, what I'm about to say, it really doesn't matter who the coach is.
Right.
In my opinion, it is too easy and it is too laid out for the Cleveland Cavaliers to make a trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. The question is if Milwaukee is actually willing to listen to the deal. So I have a mock trade. In this mock,
Oh
the
boy, let's see
Cleveland
if I'm calling you
Cavaliers,
crazy.
the Cleveland Cavaliers receive Giannis Antetokounmpo and maybe
Hmm.
Thanasis if Giannis wants to keep his brother on his team. So, but just for this trade's sake, we'll just say they get Giannis. The Cavs get Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Milwaukee Bucks receive Evan Mobley, Sam Merrill, and an unprotected 2031 first-round pick.
That's it.
That is the full package straight up for Giannis. In my opinion, you cannot sit here and tell me that Giannis Antetokounmpo does not raise their playoff chances. The Cavs get an MVP on their roster, someone who can work unbelievably well with James Harden if you decide to keep him on this roster for next year. And it is too good of a fit. Mobley and Giannis's contracts are very, very similar. There's no issue there. Milwaukee gets a young guy in return in Mobley who they can try to build around, look towards the future, and they get that unprotected pick, which who knows how good Cleveland's going to be in 5 years from now. They could be towards the bottom of the league because Harden's 36. Donovan Mitchell, I believe, is 29, 30 right now. And then you get Giannis, who's somewhere in the 32 to 33 range. Who knows how good Cleveland's going to be in 5 years, right? And so, in my opinion, this is a win-win for both teams. Milwaukee has nothing to lose doing this deal, right? Sure, you give up your franchise cornerstone, but you're looking towards the future, and instead of Giannis potentially leaving for nothing, you get him for something, and you get someone to potentially look forward to the future in Evan Mobley.
All right, I do like that idea. I love it. My one issue with it is if I'm both GMs, if I'm Cleveland and that offer is submitted to me, I'm taking it. But if I'm Milwaukee and that offer is submitted to me, I'm not taking it. The one problem I have if I'm Milwaukee's GM is I'm not getting enough draft capital. That would be my one issue because you look at other trades. Yeah, I know there wasn't a superstar player like Evan Mobley in the deal, but you got to remember other trades like Mikal Bridges going for 5 first round picks or Desmond Bain going for 4. You
But
would need to give up.
you have to look at the context of those, right? Those teams, in the Knicks and the Magic were trying to get those guys to boost their championship odds. Milwaukee isn't looking towards a championship if they do this deal. They're looking for the future. They don't need to. Milwaukee doesn't need 5 first round picks on top of Evan Mobley to build their future.
Well, outside of Evan Mobley, after you make that deal, who do you have? You got Ryan Rollins. Who else? Who else can you keep during those 5 years of first? We're not even going to say you get 5 first round picks. Let's say you get three. Let's say you get their first round picks from 2028 or no, 2029 to 2031, unprotected, right? Are you going full rebuild with those picks? Or do you want maybe earlier picks? Do you want to get their picks from
I
2028 to
mean,
2030?
yeah, I mean, you look at this roster, really, Ryan Rollins, maybe Usman Dang and Andre Jackson, but that would be the extent of your young core. And I'm not even going to say Kevin Porter Jr. because he might not even be on the team next year.
That's my point. You don't have, uh, other than Evan Mobley and Ryan Rollins, you don't have enough to still be like competitive. Like you're not making this trade and you're like, oh well, since we're getting a superstar back, we're still in the playoff hunt. I
But
mean,
that's not the
yeah,
point. The point is to try to experiment with this young core, and then if it fails, it's okay because everyone's expecting you to fail. No one's going to look at the Milwaukee Bucks if they're running out with nothing against this lineup, but if they're running out with Ryan Rollins, AJ Green, Usman Dang at the 3, like nobody's going to expect that team to go to the playoffs.
and that's exactly why you need the draft picks.
What would you do? Would you throw in two extra unprotected firsts?
Yeah, to get Giannis into the Antetokounmpo, yes, yes, I would. Because I'm telling you, if Milwaukee sees that offer, they're not taking it. Because yeah, you're getting Evan Mobley. Sure. You're getting solid bench pieces. You said Sam Merrill and one other player, right? Or was it just Sam Merrill?
No, just Sam Merrill.
Yeah. So you're getting a solid bench player in Sam Merrill, but I'm waiting 5 years for that first round pick.
Again,
Really?
you don't. That pick could be the number one overall pick. You don't know.
All right. Complete honesty. If they traded for Giannis, I don't think they're going to lose Donovan Mitchell and they're going to be able to keep Giannis. I still think they'll be competitive by then. I don't think it'll be like a top, like the best I could see that pick being is high lot, like I mean low lottery, like 12 to 14, because I still see the team being somewhat competitive by then. As long as they're able to keep Giannis and Mitchell together, because that's going to be a deadly duo for years to come. Because by that time, Giannis is what, 31, 32. So he would be getting like to that age. So that would be like some of the last years of good Giannis. And then Donovan Mitchell is going to be in his uh early to mid 30s. He'll be like 33 if I'm not mistaken. Is he like 28 or 29 now?
I believe he's. I believe Giannis is. Are you talking about Donovan Mitchell or Giannis?
Mitchell.
I think he's 29.
Yeah, so he would be in his mid 30s. And then you got Giannis, who's going to be pushing into his late 30s. I mean, you could still do a lot with that. I mean, Giannis isn't slowing down at all from what we've been seeing. Yeah, he had that injury, but at the same time, he might have just been sitting out because they were trying to make that trade then. And then they shut him down and he was pissed. I mean, I feel like Giannis could have played. He was pissed. Like, why would you sit him when he doesn't want to be sat?
Okay, so I put up a couple more mocks here, and I want to get your opinion on these new mocks. So
Are they still Cleveland, or are there's some different teams too?
this is still for Giannis. I can come up with more
But I'm
for
saying, is
different
it just
players.
Cleveland?
It's just Cleveland and well, it's just Cleveland for one, and that's a three-team trade for the second one.
Okay.
So we'll start with this one. This actually no, two of them are straight up Cleveland, Milwaukee, and then the third one is a 13 trade. So we'll start with this first one. The Cavs obviously get Giannis Antetokounmpo, but the Bucks get added bench depth. They get Evan Mobley, Max Strus, and Sam Merrill. They get a 2031 first round pick, and they get a 2032 first round pick swap. Would you do that deal?
Okay. Tell me the players one more time.
Cleveland gets Giannis. Milwaukee gets Evan Mobley, Max Strus, and Sam Merrill. And then that 2031 unprotected first and a 2032 first round pick swap.
Add in one more unprotected first, and I would do that.
Like a 2030.
Yeah. This is if I'm Milwaukee, by the way,
Okay, would you do that if you were Cleveland?
in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I would.
You don't think that? I feel like that'd be too much for your bench. Like
But
you're losing two sharpshooters in Max Strus and Sam Merrill who can generate good 3 and D sort of roles off of your bench.
think about your expiring contracts and the salary you're going to be able to free up in the offseason that you could go and spend on bench pieces.
That's
You
true.
said you said the Mobley and Giannis contracts are similar, so the cap hit won't be much different. Your salary cap won't be much different either.
So this one is interesting, and I want to get your opinion on this because this one's a little different. This is the second trade. It's still straight up one for one. The
So,
Cleveland Cavaliers obviously get Giannis Antetokounmpo. The
mhm.
Milwaukee Bucks get Jarrett Allen, Max Strus, Dennis Schroeder, Karis LeVert with a sign and trade, a 2031 first round pick unprotected, and a 2030 first round pick unprotected.
What side am I looking at here for if I would do it?
Both sides. Would you do it if you're Milwaukee? Would you do it if you were Cleveland?
Um,
Personally,
if I'm,
me, I'm not gonna do it if I'm Cleveland. To me, that is way too much of your bench.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm about to say
Um,
that's too much of your bench.
Max
That was what,
Strus is
five
I'm
players you
fine.
named?
You get
Was that five
four
or
and
four?
Jarrett Allen, Max Strus, Dennis Schroeder, and Karis LeVert.
Okay.
To me, the breaking point here in terms of bench is definitely Dennis Schroeder. You traded for him for a reason. You expect him
Uh-huh.
to be that veteran leader off the bench at the
But
point
then
guard
again,
spot.
you do have Keon Ellis.
You do have Keon Ellis, but he, like you said in the first episode, he completely fell out of the playoff rotation. He was a non-factor. Dennis Schroeder he's experienced, right? He's been on multiple different teams. He was on, I believe, several playoff teams, including this one, throughout his entire career. He is a guy who you want leading your bench, and he can even be a good starter. If because we know how James Harden can get during the regular season, he tends to miss some time. Dennis Schroeder could easily fill in and be the starter of a team if someone gets hurt. So to me, if I'm Cleveland, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to give up Dennis Schroeder. But if I'm Milwaukee, 100% I'm going to do it for just the depth reasons. My only concern though is that most of these players are going towards their 30s, but that would be my only concern.
So I agree with a lot of what you said, but at the same time, with Dennis Schroeder, right? You're telling me that if you were to make this trade as Cleveland, the salary cap that you would free up, you can't find someone to fill in the role of Dennis Schroeder that could fill it in just as well, if not better, if you could
Who would
find one
you?
on the
Who would
market.
you? That's what I'm saying. If you could find one, who would you? Who would you sign?
Well, let's look at the free agents available this summer. And I'll give you some names and you tell me yes or no.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, Schroeder plays point guard, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you got, if we're not thinking about players that have an option, so we're going to assume that they decline the player option, okay? And then they
Okay.
sign with Cleveland.
Okay.
And you could take shooting guards and move them to, because that's what Schroeder was for a little bit before, like after he left Atlanta, he was moved to shooting guard and then they moved him back to point guard, you know?
Okay.
Anthony Simons.
Man, Anthony Simons. That's
Would you,
close.
yeah,
I think. I don't know. He's still on the sub. No, he's on the Chicago Bulls now, correct?
correct. And he's an unrestricted free agent this summer.
I think in terms of what you're looking for, if you're looking for a scorer off of the bench, then 100% you would choose Anthony Simons over Dennis Schroeder. But I can't overlook the defensive presence that Dennis Schroeder brings to Cleveland. And so for that
All right.
reason, I'm going
Then
to choose
I
Schroeder.
got one for you. I definitely got one for you. Colin Sexton. You wanted to
Okay.
talk about defense, right?
Yeah. I
There
think
you
I'll
go.
have to go. Colin Sexton is pretty much just a younger version of Dennis Schroeder.
Exactly. So you got him
Um,
for more years.
you get him for, yeah, potentially more years. He's a better scorer. Um, he's also a Chicago Bull, correct?
He's also a Chicago Bull, and he's a former Cleveland Cavalier drafted by Cleveland.
That would be true. It'd be a nice homecoming for him. Um, yeah, I would definitely choose Colin Sexton over Dennis Schroeder, 100%.
And I know this is a guy who's less of a defensive presence, but is, I would say, a 3 to 4 times better shooter than Dennis Schroeder. Kevin Herter was also a free agent.
Here's my thing with Kevin Herter, right? He's on the Sacramento Kings when we had our playoff run in. Oh shit! Oh, it's my boy. Okay,
All right, yo, I made it. I made it. I know I'm a little
this
late. My
is.
fault.
Hey,
Our Knicks fan
we
is
got
here.
we got our my boy, first ever guest on the podcast, King James, on YouTube.
Yes,
Big
sir. Yes,
Knicks
sir.
fan. Welcome onto the show. Um, we talked a little bit earlier about the Knicks and them sweeping the Cavs, but obviously you're a Knicks fan. I want to get your reaction to what you thought about the series and how you thought Cleveland performed, or not Cleveland, how you thought New York performed overall.
Okay. Wait, you want me to start like with how I feel about the series and then the Cavs, right?
The Knicks.
Oh, okay, okay. About the All right, all right. So, um, man, I'm still speechless. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm still speechless after what happened, especially since game one, bro. Like, game one was like that game literally defined like the entire series, or like not defined, but like it solidified that the Cavs were done for because like it was the Knicks' first game in like 9 days going into game one, and like they started off slow and then ended the first quarter hot, And then like the second quarter, it was the other way around. You know, the Knicks had a hot start in the second quarter, but then start out in the end of the quarter slow. You know, the Cavs had the momentum since the halftime, and then like they were up by like as many as like 18 in the third quarter, I think. And then at one point, yeah, early in the fourth, they were up by 22. I'm like, yeah, that's probably wraps. Like the Knicks are rusty and whatnot. But then all of a sudden, Jalen Brunson, you know, he stepped up big time, making that big run. And then, like, you know, Josh Hart had an off game, so he put Landry Shamet, and Mikal Bridges was hitting big threes, too. I was like, oh, my goodness, we're back in this game, you know? And then James Harden, I think, hit that step back midi. I'm like, okay, now let's get back in this game. And I think Brunson tied it up, I think. I don't remember. But, yo, either way, yo, that game was insane, bro. I was like, oh, my goodness, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I recorded that video, like, it's on my TikTok. I think it's on my second page. It's on my second page on my TikTok. So, yeah. For those that follow me, y'all know how I reacted. But, yo, like, that game, I'm like, yeah. And then the way the Knicks won in overtime, like, dominated in overtime and attacking James Harden, I'm like, yeah, this series is wraps. Like, my fault that I didn't really introduce myself, but, you know, I'm a Knicks fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually, like, I make predictions for like the NBA and the NFL, like weekly, like the NFL predictions I started doing last year. It's like a weekly predictions or whatever, and like the NBA I do like, you know, playoff series or whatever. And like I said Knicks in 5 because I knew the Cavs were like. Now I'm going to switch to the Cavs a little bit. Now how I feel about the Cavs because like they played back-to-back grueling game sevens, you know, against the Raptors and the Detroit Pistons. So I'm not full like okay, that's good in hindsight that they did make it to the conference finals, right? For the first time in like 8 years, but like I was not really impressed on how they performed the entire playoffs because like their defense has been lackluster. Like they turn the ball over a lot. They don't play defense. They're a really great offensive rebounding team. Like they're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the league. Because you got a 7-footer Evan Mobley, and then you have Jared Allen is a really great rebounder. So you know that with that case, and then like on top of that, they played two teams that's not impressive offensively.
Yeah, we was just talking about potential trades. I had a couple trades locked up to get Giannis into Cleveland, and we were talking about
Oh, for the Cavs.
for the Cavs to continue this championship, try to get back to the conference
Yeah,
finals. So I want to
they have
get
to
your
retool
opinion on
big
this
time.
last one because we ran through the first two already. I want to get your opinion on this last trade that I had. And
Hmm.
this would be a 3-team trade. So this would be between Cleveland, San Antonio, and Milwaukee. So Cleveland obviously would receive Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Spurs receives Evan Mobley, Sam Merrill, 2 first-round picks via San Antonio, and a 2020 or a 2031 first-round pick via Cleveland. So I want to get your guys' takes on this. Would you do this deal if you were Cleveland and if you were Milwaukee, and why?
You want to go first, James?
Yeah, I'll go first. If I'm the Cavs, uh, wait, you said Evan Mobley, right?
So you would send Jarrett Allen to the Spurs, and then you would also send Evan Mobley, Sam Merrill, and a 2031 first-round pick to the Bucks for Giannis. But in return, the Spurs would help you trade for Giannis by giving the Bucks 2 future unprotected firsts from them.
Mm. See, I'll say that's good for the Spurs and the Bucks, but I don't see it being good for the Cavs because I'll answer the question before I make my reasons. I'll say no because, like, yeah, if you trade for Giannis, that's gonna be great and all for like 1 or 2 years, but like the question is, A, will Giannis be there long term? A, B, will you like regret trading like your top 3 pick that you drafted, Evan Mobley? Like, and then it's gonna be hard to replace somebody like Jared Allen. Like, yeah, like Jared Allen's extremely valuable to the team and he has a good value, trade value, but like if you're gonna trade for somebody like a Jared Allen, you got to replace him with somebody like of his caliber or like somewhat better that plays his role. So it's kind of difficult for the Cavs if they make that trade. So that's why I'm gonna say no. But like I also did see like a little bit of like Donovan Mitchell trade rumors. Like I heard the Rockets are interested in him, but I don't know about that. But it's hard. And on top of that, Giannis is like injury prone. He has a reckless play style. And, like can't trust his health nowadays. But Giannis is still one of the best players in the league.
Aiden, what about you? What do you think if you were doing this trade, if you were Cleveland?
I have pretty much the same concern about Jared Allen and filling his shoes. Who would you find to replace Jared Allen, who's one of the better rebounding centers? He's very good defensively, has a very high IQ defensively, and really helped the Cavaliers a lot in the postseason. Uh, and of course, Giannis, who's getting up there in age, he's had the health concerns. But to me, if as long as he stays healthy, I like it for Cleveland that you're getting Giannis. I think if he ends up staying there, you could have a great few years with Giannis. And like I said earlier, I think he'll start to slow down around the time those first round picks would come into play for Milwaukee. So around the late 2020s, early 2030s, when he reaches about 35 is when I think Giannis is going to slow down. But yeah, like I said, you got to find a replacement for Jared Allen. So my question to you, Ryan, would be who does Cleveland find to replace Jared Allen if that deal goes through?
Mm,
So I was thinking about that a little bit, and the main guy that kept popping in my head over and over, he was traded either last offseason or a couple off seasons ago. I think it was last offseason for a bag of pennies from Sacramento to Denver. And if I'm Cleveland, I'm calling up the Denver Nuggets and I'm seeing what they want for Jonas Valanciunas. Somebody who you don't expect to be a starter, but he can very well be a starter. Or you maybe call up Houston and see what they want for Steven Adams, right? Maybe you give
mm,
up, a couple second rounders and a guy like Max Strus, right? And a trade with that. I'm just mocking that up, but um, I think Steven Adams and Jonas Valanciunas could, I don't want to say easily replace Jared Allen's shoes, but they would do a good enough job to where you wouldn't notice that Jared Allen was gone. But for me personally, if I'm Cleveland, I don't think I do this trade only because, like you guys are saying, um, you give Jared Allen to the Spurs, and you know, you just the problem isn't finding a Jared Allen replacement. It's about finding someone who's going to give you Jared Allen quality, right?
mm.
I don't know what his injury status is, but I'm pretty sure he's a relatively healthy player. And in this era of basketball, that's super hard to find somebody who can be reliable and be durable for you. But if I'm the Spurs, I'm looking at this trade going, why the hell am I giving up two first round picks for Jarrett Allen when he's just going to be the backup behind Wemby? Like, obviously, that would be insurance if Wemby goes down, but still, you expect Jarrett Allen to come off the bench, and you're still going to pay him 25, $30 million a year. But
Yep.
um, in terms of Cleveland, I don't know if I do this deal, but um, we'll see. We can mock up some more trades, like James was saying with Donovan Mitchell. But I did want to talk about James. I don't know if you follow much of baseball, but the Houston Astros threw a complete no hitter, I believe. Ain't that what you said, Aiden?
Yeah, through a combined no hitter.
Oh wow.
A combined no hitter against the Rangers, and they still lost.
They still lost. See, I don't really watch baseball. Like I kind of know like the basics of it, but nah, that is unheard of. Like, has that ever happened before?
No, no, no. This happened yesterday. They beat them. They beat them 9-0. He's thinking about the game today.
Oh, today.
Hold on.
Oh,
I'm about to say because
Yesterday they threw it.
I'm like,
wait.
damn, how they?
I kind of want to piggyback a little bit to your point of the. I'm sorry, I didn't want to change the topic real quick, but to to say like to for someone that could replace Jared Allen, like in a way, if I'm the Cavs, if I would want to replace Jared Allen, I'd look at Nick Claxton.
Nick
Nick
Claxton.
Claxton wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, he needs to get
But
out of there.
yeah, but that's if they want him. But like the thing is with Giannis too, like Giannis has a weird flaw. Like he's a horrible screen setter.
Yeah, he definitely is.
I think that's why
That's
Jared Allen is so valuable for that team, and just being able to have his pick and roll game and still be able to provide good defense.
a guy on that he doesn't play the exact same role as Jared Allen, but I think it could bolster the Cavaliers' offense a bit more. Now, you're taking the hit for defense slightly. He's still a decent defender, but you're taking a bigger hit defensively. What about seeing the availability and seeing how much Jusuf Nurkic would want to sign a 1, maybe 2 year deal to come play for Cleveland?
Depends on his health.
Yeah, it depends on his health. But when he was available and starting for Utah, he was very good. He was averaging a double double every
Yeah,
night.
he's a really good playmaker for someone his size. He always had that playmaking abilities. Even if you date back to his days in Portland, it was just like a lot of injuries, and then he regressed as a rim protector because when he was in Portland, he was a really good rim protector, and he was winning them a lot of games because the Blazers didn't really have good defense, especially with Dame and CJ. But yeah, Nurk still
Uh,
kind of got it.
there's,
So I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask James, do you know if Cleveland had, or sorry, not Cleveland, New York has any uh interest in re-signing Mitchell Robinson? Have they gotten a deal done?
Man, I think he's gonna be I think he's an unrestricted free agent, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cleveland could
That's gonna
definitely
be
swoop in
tough.
and pick him
Where's
up. That's a very
speaking of the New
good.
York Knicks, someone
Man, I
who
hope the
had a
Knicks keep
down
him.
year, someone who had a down year in New York, but I think Cleveland could try to pick up for very, very cheap. If New York does end up decide to release him due to bad play, Gershon Yabusele would not be bad at all for Cleveland to try
Oh
and
yeah,
see if he could
Yabu.
get some of that life back from that 2024 season he had in Philly where he was their
Yeah,
spark plug coming off of the bench, but he obviously regressed to New York, and I don't know if the Knicks are planning to release him after this year, but to
he's with
me,
the Bulls.
if Cleveland wants to try to find someone with good defensive presence and while also taking a shot at a flyer on a guy, I think Yabusele would be perfect if the Knicks do end up cutting him. He signed for the veteran minimum and see where that gets you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think the Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks traded him. Yeah, the Knicks traded him to the Bulls. But yeah, I do agree. Like, cause the Cavs they do need like more. Huh? Oh, my fault. They do need like more production from their front court, especially like with their backups, because it can't be only Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Like, yeah, you have like Dean Wade, but like he's more like of a three than a four. But you do need better like backups for those two guys. That's been a occurring issue for the last 3 years. I don't know why they haven't figured that part out.
So going into the Astros historic no hitter, they take the win 9-0. Like Aiden was saying, it's a collective no hitter between three pitchers. I'm gonna
Oh,
butcher this
three
name, so
pitchers.
I apologize. Um, Tetsuya Amaya pitched 6 innings. Um, the former Japanese pitcher signed in this past offseason. Um, he did walk 3 batters in the first, so it really wasn't a. Do you count this before we go forward? Do you count personally? Like I know MLB doesn't count it, but do you count walking people as hits?
No,
Oh, it's not a hit. Okay,
They count as base runners.
But would you count it
that
personally?
makes
Because like
sense.
to me, like if I were to walk a guy, I'd be like, damn, okay. Like to me personally, it just feels like a hit.
It definitely does because they're on base, but there's a different feeling between, throwing four balls and getting a guy on base than him putting it in play past your infielders or, even giving up a home run. I feel like they're two completely different feelings. And to me, if I was a pitcher, I wouldn't consider it as a hit. I would just consider it as, all right, I allowed a base runner. Hopefully, I don't allow a hit.
So
That's
then,
like, oh, my fault.
no, you good? What you gonna say?
Oh, so like I was about to ask, like if it's like a an infield error, right?
Hmm.
Is that like actually that's not on the pitch? I mean, it could be on the pitcher at times, but like, is that more considered like a base hit or like just like an error?
So how they do errors is if the score judge says it is an error, it counts as a base runner, but not a hit allowed by the pitcher. So if you
Oh,
were to have an error, uh, like if there was an error, then no, it would not count as a hit. It would just count as a base runner. So if you had zero hits allowed, you would still have a no hitter.
okay, okay. Like I kind of know a little bit of baseball. Just wanted to ask that.
So
James, I do gotta ask James, what's your favorite NFL team?
Oh, Green Bay Packers.
Oh boy. Okay.
Wait, what's your team?
My team is the Commanders, but I'm just like not the
Oh,
biggest
okay,
Packers
good,
fans
good,
in the
good, good,
world.
good, good, good.
You thought I was gonna say
I got
Bears, bro?
scared. I thought you said the Bears.
Nah, I hate the Bears because
I
of
hate them
Caleb
too.
Williams.
I hate them too. Trust me, you were in the same
I, I,
boat.
I hate their fans. I hate everything about them.
Me too. Me fucking too.
They're
In fact,
probably my
sorry for
biggest
cutting you.
rival. They're probably my biggest rival that's not in my own division.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, okay. For me, that's not in my division. It's between the Niners and the Cowboys.
Everyone hates the Cowboys.
yeah, I mean
You know
for
what?
me
Okay, okay,
personally,
okay. I take it back. Okay, the Niners.
Yeah. Well,
for
why
me
do you hate the
personally,
Niners?
Oh, why do I hate the Niners?
Yeah,
Oh,
why do you hate the Niners?
because, bro, they beat us like the last 5 times in the playoffs.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Kaepernick got us, I think twice or once.
Raheem Mostert.
Kaepernick got us, Garoppolo got us, Purdy got us.
Oh, Raheem Mostert got y'all too.
Oh,
mm,
don't remind me, bro. I get PTSD from that. and then they robbed us in 1996, bro. Like Jerry Rice, respect to him, the greatest receiver of all time, fumbled the ball, but they ruled him as down.
96. Good lord.
Yes,
Hold on.
they robbed us from a Super Bowl that year, man.
Hold on. You watched in 96?
No, I didn't watch the
Oh, I'm about
'96,
to
but I did. No,
we
no,
say.
ain't
no,
that
no.
Oh my
old,
There's
bro.
this
Chill.
gosh.
YouTuber.
We ain't
Hold
that
on, hold on,
old,
hold on.
bro.
No, no,
Chill.
no.
Hold on,
I
on.
figured
Hold
that out.
on.
Hold on. I'm only 24 years old. Hold on. Listen, 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 listen. No, how I knew that, right, was because I watched this YouTuber. His name is Kai the Beach Kid, and then like he pretty much breaks it down like every like season or whatever. Like the season he
uh,
does season. I'm sorry, not 1996, 1998. 98. My fault. 1998. But yeah, he does season recaps. Like he's done 1998, 2010, actually the entire 2010s and 2020s. He's a really good YouTuber.
So personally, I'm a Falcons fan,
Ooh,
and
Atlanta. Okay.
in my opinion, the biggest rival not from my division, I don't know how I can pick any other team than the
The
New England
Saints.
Patriots.
Oh, Page. Oh yeah. True, true, true.
oh, that was obvious.
Hey,
I,
but you
I
know what's
saw it
crazy
coming.
though? Before y'all played them in the Super Bowl, you guys fried us in the NFC Championship. I respect
We
Julio.
did.
Julio's one of my favorite receivers, man. That man, Julio is tough.
As a Commanders fan, I haven't seen many playoff games, but I just seen one good playoff run.
I'm so
Taylor
glad y'all beat
Heineke.
Detroit. Yo, I'll say this. I'm so glad y'all beat Detroit. I hate the Lions. Yo, I used to feel sympathy for the Lions until they started becoming good and didn't know how to act. I was so happy when y'all beat them, bro.
Oh,
I
I
was
was
like,
happy
please,
too.
Commanders. I was like,
Almost put
Commanders,
up
please
50 on
humble
them.
the Lions.
Almost put up 50 on him, 45-31. That's a
I'm
score I'm
so
not
glad
gonna forget.
that put a smile on my face. I know we lost to the Eagles that year, but that put a smile on my face. I can't lie.
These are like my top three memories as a Commanders fan. Okay, so
Okay,
number one is it was one of my first years watching.
RG3.
I watched RG3 tear it.
Oh,
That was literally my first year watching football
oh man. Wait, like consistently
Mm.
or like period?
consistently.
Oh, okay. I think that was the same. No, I lied. But go ahead.
I was only 4, so I didn't really understand what was going on at the time.
Hmm.
But I would say number 2 is when we won the division at 7-9 in 2020, and then lost to Brady and
I
almost beat
remember
him with
that.
Heineke. Almost beat him with Heineke, bro.
We got robbed that year too.
And I know you think I'm about to say the last one's going to be when we got blown out in the NFC Championship game, but no, it's when Alex Smith tore like every damn ligament in his knee,
Oh
and we
yeah.
fell into the quarterback depression for the next 6 years until drafting
Damn.
Jaden Daniels. We were so promising that year too. We were 6-3, and then
Hmm.
he tears his Achilles, he tears his MCL, all that stuff,
Dude, he tore his leg
and
off, bro.
he tore his
Yeah, I was
leg
gonna
off. He
say,
almost
yeah, his
died.
injury with the
He almost
Chiefs
died.
works.
Dude, he
But
almost died.
yeah, that was a blessing in disguise for Mahomes, though.
I got to watch Josh Johnson get his first career win as a starter that year, though. And he beat the Eagles, so I mean, it was fitting.
Yeah.
Since we're on
But
the
yeah,
topic
that's
of football and NFL, we're deep into the off season, but some of the top players still remain free agents like Stephon Diggs,
Yep.
Tyreek Hill, those types of guys. And I want to know, we'll each go through, we'll each pick one remaining free agent left, and we'll pick a destination that we think best suits them. So I'll go
Okay.
first. Um, I see a guy like Joey Bosa on Buffalo last year. Didn't have a good season, but he still had 5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles in a rotational role. He still has some juice left, and to me, if he could go to a contender, like a surefire contender, to try and get them over the hump to beat a team like a Seattle, like an LA
Mm.
Rams, in my opinion, I don't see a better spot than going to play with his brother Nick Bosa in San Francisco. You have the Bosa brothers on opposite sides of the edge, right? I
Yep.
believe, I'm not quite sure who's on the opposite side of Nick Bosa, but um, I can tell you right now, Joey Bosa, if he could start alongside his brother, that would definitely get him not only, you know, them being able to train together, that would just be another cool storyline for this upcoming season. And um, I feel like that'll give him extra motivation to go out and show people that he could still be elite and he still be discussed as
Hmm.
one of the top edge rushers in the league. But I'm curious about what y'all think about these remaining free agents. And let's start with Aiden last time. James, we'll start with you. Who do you think, if you had to pick one free agent and where they should go, who would it be?
We said me or Aiden?
James, you go first.
Oh, me. Okay. You said for what's his name? Joey Bosa.
But you can pick whoever. Like,
Oh.
um,
yeah. You pick a different one. You pick a different one.
I'll pick a different. All right. Bet. Hold on. Let me look at the. Hold on. Let me look at
I got a
the.
list. I got a list pulled up here. So we got guys like um, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Debo
Mm.
Samuel,
Oh yeah,
um,
Debo.
Cameron Jordan, Jadeveon Clowney, Von Miller, Taylor Decker, Joel Bitonio,
Wow, Taylor Decker's
uh,
still available.
Russell
Wow.
Wilson still out there, Bobby Wagner, Matt
Damn.
Milano, um,
I think I got my guy, but I'm interested to see who James talks about.
Actually, I don't want to see
AJ
who your guy. Can you tell me who your
Epinesa.
guy is before I say my guy?
You want me to go first?
Yeah. You can go first. Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to talk about former Washington Commander Debo Samuel.
You know what's funny? I was gonna say Debo, but that was like, you know what? Nah, let me not say. Good thing I let you go first. Go ahead.
But Ryan on the last episode was like, "Yeah, I think Debo would fit really well with the Raiders," and I was like, I don't really know about that." But I have a different AFC West team that I think Debo fits with almost perfectly. I think Debo should go to the Chargers.
Mm,
They lost Keenan Allen. They need someone to play that role, a bigger body receiver who can run routes. Debo's like the perfect fit for that. He's a bruising receiver who's very fast at the same time and is a great route runner. You
Wait,
know,
they
he
lost
could.
Keenan Allen again?
Yeah, he was on a 1 year deal. He's
Oh,
also like
wow.
34 years old.
True. My fault.
Uh, but I definitely think Debo would be an amazing fit for that team to slide right into the receiver three spot. Possibly, you could possibly move Quentin Johnston over to the slot
Mm-hmm.
and put Debo on the outside. So I definitely think that Debo would be like, in my eyes, a perfect fit to help Justin Herbert's offense. And I think that could definitely, you know, end up they could end up with a few extra touchdowns because, Debo makes some very nice catches in the end zone a few times every year.
It's a valid take.
But yeah, now I'm interested to see what James says.
yeah, let's see what James got.
Thing is, I don't know if Steph Diggs has like value because of the association. I mean, I know he's innocent, but
He's innocent.
do what? Do I say Steph Diggs or do I go with
Do
Cam
you
Jordan?
do you say Steph Diggs to the Commanders?
No, I said or Cam Jordan.
No, I'm saying like that if I had
Oh,
to pick Steph Diggs, I would say Commanders, but at the same time, I don't really want that situation around the team.
mm, man,
You could go Cam Jordan.
if
Yeah,
Cam
switch it up.
Jordan.
Go with Cam Jordan.
Oh no, if it's Cam Jordan, I'm gonna be biased.
You're just gonna say Packers.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
But I'm
but
not gonna
why
go with
why do
that
you
because he's
why do you
37
want him to
years
go to
old.
Green Bay though?
Yeah, why you want him?
Nah. But he's 37. But like,
He
actually,
had
actually,
10
I'll say
sacks
Cam
last
Jordan.
year.
I'll say Cam Jordan because last year, right? Last year, there was a phonetics fest in Manhattan or whatever, and I met him. He's big
Oh
as hell.
yeah.
I can't lie. I'm 6'3", but he's a little bit taller than me. So
Damn, bro.
word, I met him, I dapped him up. I was like, Cam Jordan, I was like, I'm a Packers fan, but I respect your career. And we chopped up a little bit. I wish I took a picture with him, but I didn't. So like
You tight like
he pretty
that.
much took it as a compliment. So you know what? I'm thinking maybe he should come to Green Bay because Micah needs help, and Micah's gonna be out for like the first like month of the
Listen,
season. Like that,
that
it
actually might
sucks.
work because you guys lost Rashawn Gary to Dallas. That was a
Yeah, we,
trade
we
in the
lost a lot
offseason.
of pieces.
And that honestly, if he's willing to sign a veteran minimum contract, that wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be bad for you guys at all. Especially like you said,
Yeah.
with Micah's, I don't know what his return timeline's looking like,
Yeah,
but
what's it? Have
Cam
you seen
Jordan
anything
could
about his
easily be
condition?
serviceable.
Exactly. Serviceable. Like we don't have Devontae Wyatt back. At least not yet. Like we did draft the defensive tackle, but that's like the fourth round we drafted him.
Yeah,
But
that's not bad. That's leadership too.
exactly, he brings leadership. Like he would help Micah, like not like as he would use it like in his prime, but like that. I feel like that's another guy we need, like another glue guy that we need. Because Rashawn Gary was supposed to be that guy, but he didn't step up. Like we lost Quay Walker. Like Lucas Van Ness is like in his fourth season, but he's like he really. I feel like he reached his ceiling. He could be a little bit better because of Micah, but I feel like he reached his ceiling. This is why I wish we drafted JSN, but that's a different topic for a different day. But man, oh yo. Yeah,
Hmm.
I just reminded myself, yo, if we go back to the Packers first round picks or who we should have drafted over, man,
Oh
yo, I have
man.
a long list. I have a long
Oh,
list.
oh, I got a long
Hey,
list
bro,
too.
we
That's
all
why I'm
got a
so
long
happy we didn't
list.
have a first round pick this year. That's why
We all got a
thank
long
God.
list, bro. I
I
look
definitely
back,
got a long
I
list for
look,
the.
I look back every single time at
Ooh.
that
Me too.
2021 draft order, and I see Atlanta take Kyle Pitts at number 4, and I look below, I see Jamar
Oh,
Chase, Pat Surtain, Micah
Penei
Parsons,
Sewell.
Devonta Smith, Penei Sewell,
Oh
and
my
these were
gosh, yo,
guys
I
that we
know
could
you're
have taken at
sick.
4. but we took Kyle Pitts.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
yo,
don't
y'all
talk
want to
to
talk
me
about that?
about
yo.
Y'all
taking the
want to talk
wrong
about that?
guy.
Oh, it's okay. Y'all want to talk about that? We could talk about how we drafted Jamin Davis over guys
Oh
like
my
Oh,
God.
Christian
oh.
Wait,
Darrisaw.
wait, 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 wait. How about when y'all drafted Emmanuel Forbes over
Can you stop?
Gonzo?
Can you stop? Can you stop? I was gonna get to that too. Stop. You didn't have to bring that up.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, trust me. Yo, bro, we took Amari Rogers over Nico Collins.
Amari Rogers was good though. Wait,
No, he
Amari Rogers,
wasn't.
he was
He
good when he
was
was
he
good for
was
a
a
little.
terrible punter and kick returner. He
He
kept
was
you
good
know he
for a
kept
little.
he kept fumbling the ball. He
What
was a
about
horrible punt
no?
returner.
What about when we took Jahan Dotson over
Oh my gosh, over JSN.
Hold on.
JSN and Kenneth
I'm about to go
Walker and
crazy. I'm honestly about to go
Jalen
crazy
Petre
on
and Brees
y'all.
Hall. You
Good,
know,
good. Bro, I have another one too.
I got another
Bro,
one too.
bro. We drafted who was it? Was it Josh Myers or John Runyon? Bro, we drafted
Oh,
Josh
don't even
Myers over
matter. It
Creed.
don't even
Bro,
matter.
we could have drafted Creed Humphrey,
It
bro.
don't matter. Because what I'm about to say trumps every single one that you just said. Every single one. In the
Uh-oh.
2017 NFL Draft, one of the most
No.
historically loaded classes of all
No.
time, the Atlanta
No.
Falcons were searching for an edge rusher in the first round.
Oh
With
my
the 26th
gosh.
pick, we select Takaris McKinley out of Alabama, and 4 picks later, the Pittsburgh Steelers select T.J. Watt out of
Oh,
Wisconsin.
yo, I'm in the same boat too. I'm in the same boat too. Yo, we could have traded up to get TJ Watts. Yo, he wanted to be a Packer. He's from Wisconsin and he wanted to be a Packer. We did not trade up for TJ Watts.
Oh man.
I'm in the same boat
Oh,
too.
you want to talk about stuff like that? What about in 2016 when when the Redskins selected Josh Doxson when they could have picked Michael Thomas?
Big shit.
We
Oh,
could have had the man who has the most receptions in a single season, but instead we drafted Josh Doxson in the first
oh
round.
my
You
gosh.
know how long Michael Thomas terrorized your team for years, Ryan?
No, we shut his
He,
ass down every time we played
Wait,
him.
wait, 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 wait.
uh,
Wait, I lied. I'm sorry. The Packers traded back. The Packers traded back the first round pick, bruh, with the Browns. And we could have got TJ Watt if we didn't trade down the pick. Oh my goodness, bro. Yo, I'm gonna say another one too. Hold on. In 2024,
oh boy. Well, I already know where this one's going.
we drafted Jordan Morgan
Jordan.
Jordan
over
Morgan.
Cooper DeJean
Oh
and
yeah, y'all
Tyler
did.
Guyton.
Oh,
And you want to know something
don't even,
crazy? I
no,
thought y'all were
no.
drafting Cooper Dishing.
Listen,
I wanted Cooper DeJean,
don't even
bro.
talk to me about the worst night of my life, well, the second worst night of my life as a
Oh, we
Falcons
know what number
fan
one is.
with
Oh,
the
we know what number one is.
2024 NFL Draft taking Michael.
Oh.
And we needed an edge rusher, and we
Per usual.
completely ignored that.
Oh,
Per usual.
per usual. Y'all could have got lot. Y'all could have got Latu. Y'all could
Could
have
have
got
gone
Yeah, y'all
Latu.
could have
Latu.
gotten
That
Larry
Jared
was pick number
Verse.
Latu.
3.
Jared Verse, defensive rookie of the
Y'all could
year.
have got
Jared
Jared
Verse.
Verse, Latu. Oh my gosh, bro. Bro,
Oh,
that's
we
it.
could talk about last year.
Bro, hold on. That yeah, we can talk about last year. But that's the thing about the Falcons. Like they always needed an edge rusher. They never did it until last year.
Yeah, and then now he's going to jail for domestic violence. So that's nice.
Oh,
The one good
great.
thing we got, now he's gone because he wants to just,
Be a dumbass.
Oh yeah,
be a
speaking of
dick.
last year,
I like what we did last year.
Washington drafting Josh Cornerly when you didn't even need that position. When,
Oh man.
It never hurts
Jahad
to have
Campbell's on the
extra
board,
linemen. Doesn't hurt to have
Carson
extra linemen.
Schwessinger. But what about Carson Schwessinger? Instead,
Oh
I had
yeah,
to
He
Carson
got
watch.
Switzer.
good young.
Hey,
Bobby
hey.
Wagner
We
was
had
still
Bob.
good.
We had Bob. We were using Bobby Wagner for coverage though at 35 years old. I don't know what. Nicky
Yo.
Manwari was on the board, and we needed a safety too. We could have drafted Nicky
Oh.
Manwari. We had bigger needs than an offensive tackle.
Oh,
We could have
all right.
signed that,
Yo, you know what I
Look.
gotta say though? Like, I feel bad. In all fairness to Josh Conley, bro, his first two games, bro, like,
bro.
there's nothing more he can do,
Can
bro.
we not talk about Packers versus Commanders last year, please? Right now, when you injured my quarterback,
Hey,
hip drop
hey.
tackle. By the way, hip drop tackle, and it wasn't called. That was
You
a
know
hip drop
what? I
tackle.
do agree with that, but we would have still won that game regardless.
Oh no, y'all would have, but at the same time, that was the
It
first
that
of
that
many
does suck.
injuries to my
That does suck.
quarterback.
You know,
All
I
right.
agree. I agree. But
All
yo,
right.
like,
It's okay. I don't dislike y'all for it. I like your team.
I respect the Commanders. I like Jaden Daniels. I'm happy y'all beat Detroit.
Yeah, and
So
then y'all
last
beat Dallas.
episode, last episode, me and Aiden gave our ratings for Iceman by Drake, and they were two very different ratings. So James, I was just curious if you listened to the album,
I did.
what you would rate it out
Oh
of
boy,
10. And
please don't shit on it.
Drake is one of my favorites ever.
Thank goodness. Thank
Iceman, I'll
goodness.
give Iceman like a calm like 7 out of 10. It's not that bad.
My boy got some sense. Hold up.
see,
Like the
I
songs
said,
I liked, like the songs I like. I mean, obviously, everybody likes "Make 'Em Cry, Make 'Em Pay"
Wait, guys,
and
this isn't
"Natural
a drill.
Treasures."
Kelly
I
Olynyk's in the game.
I do like "Firm Friends." I do like Make them remember." I also like that song. There's much songs I like in the album. I can't lie. And then the other two, I mean, the other two's more like
Let's not
party
talk
type of
about.
songs and
Let's not
like
talk about maid of honor.
women. Yeah, Maid of Honor. It was not bad. I like Amazing
Huh?
Shape.
What you mean it wasn't bad? It was
No,
pretty
I mean,
bad.
I mainly like one song off of that. I like the
Oh, that's
Amazing Shape.
one song. That's one song though out of the what 16 on the album.
Oh, that 14, I think.
Oh, 14? Sorry.
Actually, Road
It
Trips. No, I like Road Trips. My fault. I'm tripping. Yeah, there were
it
some good
was
songs.
it was still shit slop in my opinion. It was just a cash grab.
so I said,
Yeah,
I gave Iceman a 6 out of 10. And then I believe, what did you give it, Aiden?
I think I said like a 7.5.
yeah.
Okay.
I give Iceman a 7. But that was like the only album I
But I
liked
said
fully.
I had a couple hot takes that I gave Aiden that
Here
kind
we
of
fucking go.
ruffled his feathers a little bit.
Oh, here we
And
fucking go.
I'm curious about what you think. And
Tell him
for
the
next
certified
week's
lover boy one.
for next just before I get into this, for next week's episode, we're gonna be moving on from Iceman, but I just want James's his takes on this because it's his first episode, and I just kind of want to see where we kind of lie on the
And then
same
the third
page.
one, I didn't
So
really like it. What was the third one called
um,
again? I forgot.
Habidi.
Yeah, I didn't really like that. Oh wait,
So
hold on. Let me ask you this. Hold on. What is your favorite Drake album like ever?
okay, so that's what I was about to get into. So
Ooh.
Are we doing
I
this again?
told Aiden, I said in my opinion, it was easier to get through Certified Lover Boy than it was Iceman and the other two albums.
Which I was like, okay,
I agree.
maybe it's not for everyone. No, tell him to take care take though.
And then
Please.
I said in terms of overall, like how good the tracks are one for one, CLB is a better album than Take Care.
Do you hear this? Do
Really?
you hear this?
That is a bold take.
That's what I'm
CLB is a
Hold
saying.
on.
better album than Take Care track for track.
Really? Hold on. Wait. So CLB is your favorite album ever?
Favorite
By
Drake
Drake?
album, I'd say.
God, man.
Wait,
Hmm.
Aiden, Take Care is yours favorite?
No, it's not my favorite, but it's in my top three. That's the
Oh,
thing.
okay,
It's in
okay,
his top three too, but he said that.
okay. Wait, what's your favorite? Aiden? I want to say mine last.
I could give you my top three. Do you
Yeah.
just want number one? I
Oh,
got
okay.
it. I can give you my top three, or do you want number one?
Number one. Number one.
Number one? All right.
Yeah.
My number one, uh, it's probably More Life right now. Probably more life.
Okay, I respect that.
But
This
Man,
what
is
did you think about that take that CLB is a
extremely
better,
bold. I disagree with the take, but that's extremely bold.
yeah. I disagree with it
uh,
heavily.
and then that was the one take, and then I had a second take that I'm gonna list off some albums for me personally that it was that I listened to. It was easier to get through than Iceman and the other three albums, and I want to know your take on these albums I'm about to give you.
Okay.
So I don't know if you listen to Lil Tecca, but I
Oh, I
have
do. I do. He's
I
from New York.
have most of his albums, including Tech, Plan A, and Dopamine. Those were all easier to get through than Iceman.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
have do you listen to Tory Lanez?
Hmm?
Do you listen to Tory Lanez?
Oh, yeah, I do. Free Tory.
So
Free Tory.
I had Alone at Prom and his latest album release, Slutty Bass, um,
Ooh.
easier to get through than Iceman.
I'm not mad at that take either.
See, Aiden just be hating on all these. Like,
It's
Wait,
because
hold on.
the thing is I
Oh,
don't listen to Tory that much. Like I don't listen to Tory. I don't. I've kind of listened to Tekka, so like I can't say that I agree with the take. I can only say I like disagree with it because like I don't know because I don't really listen to him.
I mean, that's fair. I don't listen to a lot of the stuff that you listen to.
I'll say this though. My favorite Drake album. I don't know if y'all have it on your top three. I mean, you might. I mean, I
I'll
for
tell
sure
you
have
if
it
I
in the
do.
words. Huh?
I'll tell you if I got it in my top three.
Okay. Nothing was the same.
Bro, Ryan said he didn't. Didn't you say you didn't like that album?
Really?
Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same. You said that album was like very overrated.
Hold on.
Could have sworn you said that.
Man, he got a bunch of hits though. Furthest thing,
That's what I'm saying. Like that's one of
man.
his
Furthest
biggest
thing, bro.
hits,
Yo, I remember the outro part word for word.
bro. It has Wu Tang Forever. It has,
Yeah,
Facts.
I did say Nothing
Some
Was the Same
time
was
come
top three
through.
worst.
bro. It has too much.
So I'll go through my bottom three because I already know I'm gonna get killed for it. So um,
Scorpion.
my bottom three, I have Nothing Was the Same in there. I have
Really?
Care
Why though?
Package, and
Okay.
then the and the last one in there is Dark Lane demo tapes.
Oh, I'm sorry you didn't say Scorpion.
No, Scorpion's in my
Sport.
top three.
Really?
Yes, Scorpion's in my top three.
Oh wow. Yeah, a lot of people got different top fives.
I
Cause
got
I,
four other
I I hear a lot of
dogs.
different opinions from like a lot of people's. Yeah, that's really. I'm surprised. But now,
I got
I mean,
four other
now I said
dogs.
furthest thing. Another was the same as my favorite.
Yeah, I got four other dogs. Scary Hours edition in my top three.
Ooh, now for all the dogs was actually pretty good.
Yeah, especially
A,
like
a
the
lot
bonus
better than I
tracks.
thought.
I didn't really like some sexy songs for you. Like it was okay. Like
Yeah.
I would give it a solid like 5 or 6. But like
Hmm.
I don't know, you just could have picked better tracks for that album. And for me, I don't get the hate with Dark Lane demo tapes. I feel like that was a pretty good album.
To me, there's only two listenable tracks on that album, and it's Not You Two and Pain 1993. That's it.
This come on,
Oh, you
man.
didn't like Chicago Freestyle or When to
I'm
Say
about to
When?
say Chicago Freestyle Desires.
It's
Oh
just
yeah,
not my
Desires is good.
it's not my vibe.
Well, how do y'all feel about her loss?
No,
I it depends. Some tracks,
no.
I don't know. Aiden doesn't like it a lot, but
That's his worst. That's the worst to me.
There are a couple good tracks on there, like Circo Loco. I'll listen to.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I like privileged rappers.
yeah, Privileged Rappers,
Middle of the
stuff like
Ocean was really
that.
good too.
And then
Nah,
so
yeah, Middle of the Ocean is my favorite in that album.
so
Hey guys,
before
we got a final score update from the
I
Thunder
was
and
about to say
Spurs.
before we cap this off, Thunder take a 3-2 lead over the Spurs in Game 5.
And yeah, they bounced back.
127-114. Thunder get the win. So we'll make
Might I
sure
add,
I'll probably get a video out about that game tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But
I gotta tell y'all this. SGA took a playoff career high in free throws tonight. He made 16 of 17 free throws. Half of
which
his points tonight were
Aiden, we were
off of
just
free
talking
throws.
about in
Damn.
Game 4, Shea only took 7. That's nearly double his free throw attempts.
And he
That's
doubled it
true.
with 17 versus 7. He scored 32. You're telling me exactly half of his points tonight were from the free throw line.
Who took the most free throws in
And
the playoffs in the game? Cade Cunningham? I think it was
um,
Cade. Oh,
and,
actually, no.
and
Somebody took over 20 free throws. I think that was. I think that was Donovan. Was it Donovan Mitchell? I don't remember.
you're saying like all time in a playoff game?
Oh no, I'm talking about this year.
Oh, this year in a single game?
Somebody took over 20 free throws. I forgot who it was.
Uh, it's probably someone who scored 40.
I think it was
Uh,
Was it Donovan Mitchell?
what series was it in?
It was probably against the Raptors, maybe.
If I'm looking, we had 43 against Detroit, he had 13 that game. Toronto, I don't think it's Toronto.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it definitely couldn't have been Toronto.
Oh, it was James Harden actually.
Yeah, James Harden sounds more
Yeah,
believable
I knew it was one of the Cavs players. It was James Harden against the Pistons.
when he scored. When he scored 30.
Yeah, he was 17 to 20 at the free throw line.
That's crazy.
That's why.
That's just crazy.
So we're gonna
But the
cap
team that
this.
led. Oh, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say before we close it?
Oh, the team that led the entire playoffs in like free throw attempts per game was the Nuggets.
We were talking about that earlier. The team with in terms of regular season, the team with the most amount of free throw attempts per game was the Orlando Magic, believe it or not.
Oh shit.
It was 27.5
Yeah,
per
them
game.
too. Yeah, because the Pistons foul a lot. But Kate shot a lot of free throws too.
So we're gonna cap this one off. Episode 2 in the books. James, thanks for joining us. Hopefully you come
Of
back.
course.
Uh,
Definitely be back.
and definitely get a couple videos out this week. So stay tuned. Episode 3 gonna be next week. Western Conference Finals gonna be wrapped up. We'll look deeper into the potential NBA Finals matchup. Hopefully, we get more news from the NFL, MLB, etc. So stay
Yep.
tuned. This is your boys from Ball 101. We'll see y'all next week.
See you next week, safeties. Yes, sir.